Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about scatter plots and lines of best fit, so please open to page 6 in your notebooks. First thing we're going to do is we are going to plot the points on our graph. So grams of fat is our x value and calories is our y. This is going to be an estimate for each of these points. So 22 on the x is in between 20 and 25, so find a place in between 20 and 25. And then calories is 500, so we'll follow that line up until 500, which is about here. Next is 11 and 285. 11 is a little bit more than 10, so we'll find 10 and go a little bit past it on our x-axis and then go up. 285 is a little bit below 300, so we can make a point like right here. $14 and 300. 14 is a little bit less than 15, so we'll go here and then all the way up to about 300. Next is 20 and 420. 20 on the x-axis, 420 is up here a little bit more than 400, in between 400 and 450, so we can go about halfway. Next is 35 and 600. 35 is on our x-axis, 600 is all the way up at the top. 32 is in between 30 and 35, and then go up to 520, which is in between 500 and 550, so we can put a point about here. 33 and 545. 33, 545, so that's very close to the point we just made. 38 and 590. 25 and 530. 27 and 480. 18 and 460. 'Perfect. The last one says x and 350. We will figure out what that x is in a minute. So we just finished part 1 or step 1. Next says to draw a line of best fit. A line of best fit is a line that goes through your data, so represents your data, but does not have to go through any points that we just plotted. So a line that models what the data is doing, but doesn't go through all of the data points. So if I wanted to sketch a line, something like this. So that goes through the data, follows the data pretty closely, but does not go through all of the points. So we have a line of best fit. Next, we're going to determine 2 points that our blue line, our line of best fit, goes through. So I have a point down here it goes through, like it goes perfectly through that square. That point is where x is 0 and y is 250. Now we need a second point. Looks like my line also goes through this next point right here, which is, here, we'll use a nice even one, so this one. So 5 and 300. If your line is different than mine, you might have different points, and that's okay, but these are my points. Next, we're going to determine the slope. Slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We learned this a couple months ago. Basically what that means is we are going to subtract our two y values. So we're going to do 300 minus 250 over, and then subtract our x values, 5 minus 0. 300 minus 250 is 50. Oops. And 5 minus 0 is 5. 50 divided by 5 is 10. So our slope is 10. Your slope might be different if you chose different points. If you chose the same points as I did, that's good too. Next says to determine the y-intercept. You can do that by either looking at your line that you made, your blue line, or use the slope that you just found. I'm just going to look at our graph because on the y-axis we cross over at 250, so our y-intercept is at 0, 250. So it's this point right here. Next, we're going to put those two things together to make an equation. So this is in y equals mx plus b. So y equals our slope, which was 10. X plus our y-intercept, which we just found, is 250. Perfect, so that's our equation. Last question says to predict the number of fat grams for a food item with 350 calories. So that's where this 350 number becomes important again. We're going to find out what is this x. So 350 represents our calories, which is our y. So we're going to plug in 350 for y. And copy down the rest of our equation. There. Now we can solve. So our first step, first we're going to subtract the 250 from both sides. 350 minus 250 is 100. Second thing we're going to do is divide everything by 10. So we're going to do 100 divided by 10, which is 10. So for a food item with 350 calories, there should be 10 grams of fat. If we look at our line of best fit, so we just said for 10 grams of fat, so 10 on the x-axis, and then up to 350 calories, that would be right here, which is on our line. So our line of best fit fits this data. Okay. Take a second, make sure you have all of this copied down into your notebook. Once you have this copied, please go on to page 7 and answer these questions about scatter plots.